Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And we're underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you.
There's the shot! Serginho gets it clear. And it's Diaz. Brahim Diaz. Oh, nice touch. Goes for a shot!
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
And the shot! It's there! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Liverpool are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Mbappe!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Rafinha looking to get on the... And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's going to go a long way. More and more pressure on the ball here. That's been cut out, well played. Liverpool are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Now it's Vinicius. And a chance!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. And that is out of play. And he's managed to gift it back. Now it's Mbappe. And he's in on goal. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, taken with style. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Liverpool grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's there to get it away. That's good play. Well read, and the danger is averted. Liverpool with the corner, they're first. And he can clear it away. That's a lovely pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And that has left him in a heap. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Okazaki. Mbappe has a shot! Oh, that was venomous. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Camavinga. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Always onto this. And the whistle goes for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Now it's Okazaki. Looking for the run, and this is Okazaki. It's Okazaki! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Serginho. Madrid trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Shot could be on. Mbappe! Great effort, beautifully taken.
Mbappe brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
He is through here! Vardiol. Brahim Diaz. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get on the end of this?
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. He can run onto that. He came in hard, very hard. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Lovely, now then. Steaming on goalwards. A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
He gets big. Oh, he's hit the bar. Corner number 2 then. Chance! That is ended up in no man's land.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And this is Batistuta. Liverpool needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal. Well, they shouldn't be done.
And there goes the final whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pinches it off him, and that could set him on his way. Great chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Liverpool with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cannavaro tries to clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And he's managed to get free. Salah. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep. Shoots! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Kimmich is offering a right smile there.
Baresi calmly anticipates. Deftly away. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He has found the way through. Beckham! Same again, same outcome.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
That's a decent clearance. Salah. Oh, this is a terrific run. And that is masterful defending. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. And he's worked it through. Rafinha. And he's in on goal. Royce is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. Hakimi with the slide tackle there. Now who's going to be first to this? Luis Suarez with the cross. Produces a cross. Played out wide. And this is Royce. It's anyone's ball now. And it's De Bruyne. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Spread it left. Nicely weighted ball. Big chance! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And he's intervened well there. That has ended up in no man's land. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. And we hit half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. Here we go again then. So the first half brought no goals. And now the breakaway. Khan getting this one clear. Well, they've got it again. Vardiol. Lovely pass, but can he get there? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Milan applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and Messi! Messi made a good run there. Quality ball. That ball looks a good one. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Raul, that has been slung wide. Pau Kubasi kept his eye on it, and he's there. And that's been slipped through. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Ah, that's a fine interception. And he's gone looking for safety. Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Baresi. Cannavaro. That's a lovely, neat pass. Knocks it into space. He's having a shot!
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Goes looking wide. Played back in. There's the shot! And yes, it's there! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Looking for the run. That's been cut out. Well played. Baresi. De Bruyne. Now it's Royce. And the shot's on him. And the shot! He's scored! We thought it was over. It's all square once more.
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
And that's it. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running. Barcelona have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times, they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course, they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs.
Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Rafinha! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Oh, they could be caught out here. Oh, it's come loose. Isaac! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Rafael Leao is there, and he can pick it up. Simons, and that has been cut short. And he's managed to get rid. That's a cute ball. So what can they make of this? Deftly away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Nicely spread. Looking for options for movement. Can he get on the end of this? And it's made its way to him. Barcelona claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. Szoboszlai goes short. Liverpool are looking to go forward now. He's in a great position here. And back to the goalkeeper. Donnarumma with the clearance. Passes coming off in quick succession here. A lot of space ahead of him. Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And he shoots! That's a half-decent try.
Valverde usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
And now they can clear their lines. Kubasi, not the most accurate pass. Oh, that's fabulous. And the through ball. And he's onside. Szoboszlai. Real chance! Well, that has not gone well. Shot at goal! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And he's managed to get free. No, there's no going past him this time. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He's had a shot! He scores! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And we've reached half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
So off we go once more.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. He has found the way through.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. That's an imaginative pass. And that is expertly dealt with. Kubasi. He won't be happy with that one. Just about within shooting range. That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
McAllister. Vinicius Junior. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Van Dijk makes the interception. Couldn't squeeze it through. Now it's Valverde. Vardiol. That ball looks a good one. Oh, he's been caught napping! And he's there to belt it away. Van Dijk. Played back in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
No, again, there's no way. Good effort from distance. And that is wildly off target.
Barcelona really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
McAllister calmly anticipates.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Zaire Emery. Threads one in. Now it's Rafinha. He is through here! And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running. Barcelona have gone with a 3-4-3 formation by the looks of it, Jim.
Yeah, it's one of these systems, Peter, where the front three are obviously the headline makers, but the back three have considerable responsibility and pressure on them. So a strong voice is needed to keep everyone switched on to their defensive duties. Everybody has to kind of play their part in getting behind the ball at times, and it's not always done because the focus is very offensive.
Great chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Vinicius Junior is offering a right smile there.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Cruyff. And that is a little undercooked. Now he's got space here. Can he get onto this?
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Still goalless. And the pass is intercepted. Ball's out once more. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, important interception. Tries to pass it through. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And a shot! And it's a goal! There is the breakthrough! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Liverpool have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And it's lofted through here. Messi. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Plays a sharp little ball here. That's a good ball. He's having a shot! That's another chance! Pirlo. Doué. Played out to the right. Chooses to deal with it himself. Tries to play it through. Koeman kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Brahim Diaz. Now that looks a decent ball. Real chance! Oh, that wasn't far away. And this could be the final action of the first half. Koeman attempts a clearance. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Liverpool are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And we are already promptly back underway. Liverpool carrying a 1-goal lead. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Now it's Messi. Perez has it in a wide position. Can he finish? Goal! Barcelona are back in business. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Aimed beyond the defence. Azar. Oh, that looks a good ball through. He's on it, face to face with the keeper. Tries a shot! Oh, taken with style. And they get themselves in front! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool get themselves into the lead. Koeman. Nicely weighted ball. And he's lost his man here. And he's quick to get it clear again.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Can he get it through? Shapes to shoot! He has done it! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And now he has two. Well, that has changed the dynamic some. He's had a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if there were just one down as opposed to two.
He gets big! Crossbar comes to the rescue! Knocks it into space, and he's picked out the run. Chiellini. Now it's Cruyff. He is through here. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And he's there to get it away. Not the most accurate pass. Koeman. McAllister. Great vision. Oh, cracking ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently undeniable.